Hi everybody and welcome to my channel. We're just going to be doing a little touch in today because Mars is moving into a new astrological sign. And while this usually isn't that big of a deal, Mars had an extended stay in the sign of Aries last year, which made some pretty significant impacts, and I'm sure we're definitely going to be feeling this shift. So I wanted to come in and share a little cosmic update with all of you, so stay tuned. All right, guys, so I'm just gonna break this down, give you a little synopsis of what might occur in your personal lives or what we might see occur out in the outside world. So like I said, Mars is a planet that usually it has a pretty fast transit, not the fastest, but it's not like Saturn, which takes 2 to 3 years to transit each astrological sign, or some planets take 14 years or even longer than that. But Mars usually takes about 2 years to transit the entire zodiac, which is all 12 signs. It's about 2 months per astrological sign, but give or take roughly every 26 months or so, Mars will check in for an extended stay in an astrological sign. And this happened last year. So we only get a Mars retrograde about every 2 years. And this also happened last year. And it was in the sign of Aries. Now, if you don't know anything about astrology, Mars is the ruler of Aries. Every planet is the lord or ruler of a certain astrological sign. When it's in the sign that it rules, it's able to express its normal characteristics, its natural significations, as best as it possibly can. So it's just like if you were in your own home, you feel most comfortable, you're able to be yourself, you're able to kick your feet up and act how you would normally act without having to worry about what anybody's thinking or if anybody's watching you or anything like that. You really just don't care. You're able to express yourself normally. Well, with Mars being in the sign of Aries, Mars is already a planet that is very aggressive, action-oriented energy. It is fire energy. And being in the sign of Aries makes it even more fiery, even more dynamic and impulsive. And this is cardinal energy, Aries is. So we may have taken action or made initiating steps in a direction of something, wherever Mars has been marinating in your chart. So just to give you a little bit of a time frame here, Mars was in Aries from June 27th, 2020, and it will be there until January 6th in a couple days. Its retrograde period was from September 9th to November 13th. And then Mars is going to be in Taurus from January 6th until March 3rd. So that's just its normal about 2 month or so period. So what this does is it tells us a story. So like I said, it's initiating type of energy when it was in Aries. So we probably were feeling super motivated to start something in our lives. And we may have taken those steps, initiated something, started in a certain area of our lives, wherever that may be. And Aries is like the child of the zodiac. It's super gung-ho. It's got that beginner's mindset. It's not afraid of anything. It doesn't really think anything is going to stand in its way, and it's very headstrong. But as the year progressed, we had a Mars retrograde as well last year. There may have been some pit stops or some things that happened that have knocked you off of your high horse, per se, or maybe kind of knocked our ego down a couple notches and made us realize that there may be some little tweaks that need to be made. There may be certain areas where maybe we need more training, we need more education, or we need to do some more inner work, or we need to get into alignment somehow with the goals, the visions, and the dreams that we have for the future. So 2020 could have potentially been very frustrating because when Mars is in the sign of Aries, it is extremely, extremely determined, however, impatient. And it wants things to happen now. It doesn't want to wait. It's all about instant gratification. It does not want to put in the work to achieve something. It wants it to happen immediately. And that, of course, mixed with the crazy energy of 2020 could have made things kind of scary and really frustrating. And I'm sure you are maybe starting to narrow down or pinpoint in whatever area of life this may have been happening for you. So just to give you a little example, this was happening in my house of career, being a Cancer rising. And I was out of work pretty much all year. And I knew that I wanted to start my own business. I wanted to do my own thing, yada, yada, yada. But there were certain things that occurred throughout the year that showed me that it just wasn't the right time. Even though I wanted it so bad, I felt like I had already been waiting for so long. And I realized there were other areas that I needed to tend to. There was some more training that I needed to go through. There was some more building, if you will, that needed to be done. So yeah, it was a little frustrating to say the least, being on unemployment and having all of those obstacles in the way. But now that we're moving into this Taurus energy, this is when the building phase begins. So now after we have navigated the treacherous, fiery landscape of Aries in Mars's vision, if you will, it's through the lens of this Aries energy. We have seen the areas that need some tweaks. We have seen the areas that need adjustment, or things that we need to rework, or areas where we need to refocus our energy and exude our will and our power. Now, Taurus is great building energy. It's going to help us build the necessary foundation so that we can actually materialize our manifestations into reality. Taurus, being an earth sign, is all about bringing that manifestation that we've been trying to create into physical form. So it's going to take a while. It's not instantaneous snap that's done energy. It's all about slowing things down, having the perseverance and persistence and grounded energy that's going to support us in actually making these things come to fruition, which is great because we're almost doing a 360 and a different direction of that fast, impulsive Aries energy, where we're going to slow things down a little bit. It's all about precision, deliberately planning each step, nice and slow, moving in the direction of what you want to achieve, but it's all deliberate. It's well thought out, and you take your time. You're very careful and calculated with what you do. So this is what's going to help what you want to become a success. You're not going to miss the little points that you would have missed with that Aries energy where, hey, Aries is a good starter, but when it comes to longevity, when it comes to carrying that project through to completion, that can be a little bit harder for Aries energy. Can be a little bit harder to do. The initiation phase is key, easy to do. You got that down pat. Take action. But this earth energy is what's going to help you carry it through to completion. So this is a great next stage to be in. Another key point here to look at is that Taurus is all about that money, financial energy. So with COVID being a very difficult year, wherever you may be, this could indicate that you will be making money. You're going to have more finances coming in, or it could also indicate that maybe you're going to be dealing with a lot of the debt that you incurred over the course of 2020. So this could either cause some inflammation in this area. Just really depends on other areas of your personal birth chart on how it's going to affect you. In some charts, Mars is a more beneficial energy, and in some charts, it can be more detrimental. But these are just ideas for you to kind of contemplate how this could be affecting you. But we know that money will definitely be coming into the forefront. You want to watch out for anger issues here. Taurus is energy that it does not get angry or express its frustration unless it's being provoked. Usually bulls, if you think about it, are pretty calm creatures, but we probe them until they explode. But it takes a while for a Taurus to explode. It takes a lot of provoking. But you want to be careful here because it could be explosive type of energy if you are allowing things to bottle up. So you want to be really careful and try to express yourself when you need to express yourself, and don't allow things to bottle up inside of you. This could also affect our overall energy levels. While it's not going to make us completely lethargic or anything like that, it's definitely no Mars and Aries energy that is very athletically inclined, may have got you starting to exercise, or whatever it may have been. You may have had an urge to want to move your body. Taurus is a little bit more calm, restful energy. I'm not saying that you'll be completely complacent, but there is a chance that you could be slowed way down, which these seasons of slowness and rest all play an important role in the cycle of our lives and manifestation process. So just allow yourself to flow with whatever energy is presenting itself. One thing to keep in mind here when going after your goals, whatever it is that you're trying to achieve, that patience is a virtue, and that all things that are extremely valuable take time. Taurus is not quick energy. This is something that you're going to have patience and persistence with. So you might as well, now that you know that, just try and flow with this energy that we're about to move into here. It'll make it much easier on yourself when you're not fighting against it. Hey guys, just a quick reminder, I'm now offering one-on-one sessions where I help energy sensitives just like myself and empaths to navigate life's big shifts as well as spiritual awakening, and to help you reach whatever your visions may be, as well as a mix of astrology and numerology tied in. If you are interested, make sure you look for the link in the description box below to schedule your free 45-minute discovery session today. In a physical sense, Mars rules inflammation of the body, while Taurus rules over the throat chakra and the neck area. So just pay some extra attention, maybe cover yourself up when you go outside. We are in the season of sickness, especially with the you-know-what traveling around. And I don't even want to say it, but cover yourself up, protect your neck. Try not to do a lot of overuse of the throat chakra because that can create an imbalance too. But make sure that you are speaking your truth and expressing yourself healthily, but just not overdoing it. As we slowly ease out of this energy of the pandemic, we might feel that we want it to end so quickly and that we're ready to just start anew because we're in a new year. But we must know that with this slow energy, it does seem that we are exiting this, but we do have some difficult transits coming up in January. We've got January 13, Mars square Saturn, and on the 20th, we've got Mars in a conjunction with Uranus. So we've got some more aggressive energy as it pertains to boundaries and restrictions of some sort that may be put in place. And then when that Uranus energy comes in, Uranus, it rules over earthquakes, if you want to be literal, and Mars is extremely explosive. So this is energy where we can't really predict too much of what could occur. It's very unexpected, unpredictable type of energy that shakes things up with the ultimate purpose of raising our consciousness, raising the consciousness of humanity, and setting us free. So it may seem very disruptive at first, and I just want to not scare anyone, but brace you because that energy is coming up in January, and it looks to be pretty intense of all the energies out of 2021. So at least we're getting a lot of it out of the way at the beginning of the year, so that way we can hopefully just flow and deal with whatever the rest of the year brings us. Two keywords to ponder here before I let you guys go is longevity and long-term satisfaction. So just know that if you are in a rush, if you are in a hurry, you feel like you've just been playing the waiting game for oh so long the past year, and you want to achieve what you want to achieve. You want what you want, and I totally get it. I'm right there with you guys, but just know that this energy is going to help us achieve that longevity and long-term satisfaction that we are going to be so happy we waited and worked for in the long run. So just be patient, my friends. Work with this beautiful beautiful Taurus energy. Rest and recuperate if you need to. Put in the hard work, put in the planning, and be diligent and happy with where you are, because we should always be happy with where we are in the moment and know that we have a lot of work still to do. We're all works in progress, right? But I just wanted to give you this energy update of where we're headed. We do have some intense energies coming up, so brace yourself, but don't live on the edge. You know, we have to always live to our best and fullest expression. But there you go. You guys have the knowledge now. Let's see how it all manifests in our lives. If it manifests in a difficult way, just know that this too shall pass, and you are strong. You have everything that you need to deal with these ups and downs, twists and turns that life brings. But I love you guys. If you have any questions, please go ahead and leave it in the comment box below. And I will see you guys in the next video. Stay tuned. I've got some exciting content coming out for you. Make sure to hit subscribe, tap like, you know, all the goods. But thank you, and I love you. Peace.